have to be honest with ourselves, and we have to take the time to really reflect and look at ourselves and see what could we be doing differently, what could we be doing more of, what could we be doing less of. We really need to take time to make assessments of our life and the things that are in our life, the people that are in our life, the opportunities that are in our lives, and really feel into if this is in alignment with me, and am I doing enough to really actualize my desires and my dreams, to live out the life that you want to live. One of the most difficult things to do is to actually bet on yourself and to take a risk in living the life that you desire. It's so easy to get in our heads about taking action on the things that we want to do. There's a lot that starts to come up. Fear is immense. Like, there's so much fear that comes up, and I'm not gonna sit here and act like the fear is not there, or act like the fear is not something that I want to succumb to. It's something that's there, and it's something that I feel, and it's something that I still have to overcome and work through in order to get to where it is that I want to be. And I had to really take a look at my life and the way that I've been doing things and assess, was I really giving myself a proper chance at succeeding at this thing? And the answer was no, I wasn't. But I had this deep burning desire inside of me for what it is I wanted to do. But the reality was, I really didn't believe in myself enough to actually go through the actions to actualize my desires and actually put real committed action toward the thing. Writing has been something that has been on my heart for a while, and I told myself that I was not a good writer. And this is something that has ruminated in my mind, because when I would sit down to try to write, I can't. I'm blocked. I don't know where to start. I'm in my head. I'm scattered because I have convinced myself that I was not good at doing this thing. So when I birthed my newsletter a couple months ago and started, I was really excited about the first one because it was the first time I was doing it, and the idea came through, and I was excited, and there was fire in me, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this and all the things. And that's typically for me how it goes. I get really excited about a thing, and I put my all into it in the beginning, and then something happens and I just completely fall flat, and I tend to give up, and I don't push through, and I don't really try hard and put the effort in that's required to really actualize my dreams. And this season of my life right now is about really betting on myself. And what I committed to myself to do is to really give myself a fair shot. And the next month came around to write, and I was so flustered. I was flustered, and I didn't have the same fire, and I didn't know how I was going to do this. I didn't know how I was going to keep this up, because I don't feel the same fire and desire that I had when I started it the month prior. And it's amazing how when you keep pushing forward, the universe is going to provide you with guidance, and the universe is going to provide you with support. And that is exactly what happened. I was committed to the vision. I just didn't know how to go about doing it. And what started happening is that I was noticing these synchronicities, and I was noticing these different signs. And where I was feeling stuck was that I didn't know what to write about. That was the big thing. I'm like, I don't know what to write about this month. And I was asking, and I'm like, I just need help. I need help with this. I don't know how to approach it. And the universe used the people in my life to deliver these messages to me. And through that, I received insight. And through the insight, I was able to write. I was able to get some tips for how to approach it. And really start to work on developing what my creative process looked like, because that's something that is important to know. It's important to know and recognize what it is you need to do in order to accomplish what it is you are desiring and what you're dreaming of. So in this example, my writing, I never had a writing process because, again, this was something that I convinced myself that I was not good at. So it wasn't something I'd ever really given myself a shot at trying and doing because I was too harsh on myself and I wasn't even allowing myself the opportunity to try. When this past month came around and I needed to write, I noticed that I was starting to procrastinate. I have a deadline. I send out my note on the first of each month. So now it's like mid-July and I've still written nothing, thought of nothing, and I'm like, Michelle, you really need to be disciplined in this and you really need to build structure around this. And while I do believe that the universe is going to provide for you, I also believe and know that you have to put some effort into it. It's not going to just come all the time. And sometimes it does. Sometimes the synchronicities do come. They do just come. But I believe that the synchronicities come when you are in alignment with working toward your desires and working toward your dreams and working towards the things that you were put here to do, your purpose. And in conjunction with being, because that is an aspect of it. There's an aspect of us that needs to be in the being, and we need to allow ourselves to experience source and experience being present. There is also the aspect of the sacred doing. You have to put structure around it and you have to put effort toward it. Because when you put effort toward the things that you want and toward your desires, the universe is going to come in and it's going to conspire to help you and to lay things out for you to assist on your journey. It is going to place opportunities and people and things into your life, and it might even remove some opportunities and people and things from your life if that is not what's in alignment for you. But it's in the sacred doing that we allow that to happen. I sat with myself and had to get really real with myself and admit to myself that I was not putting in the effort that I really needed to be putting in. And that's hard. It can be hard to be honest with yourself, but it is so important to do. We have to be honest with ourselves and we have to take the time to really reflect and look at ourselves and see what could we be doing differently, what could we be doing more of, what could we be doing less of. We really need to take time to make assessments of our life and the things that are in our life, the people that are in our life, the opportunities that are in our lives, and really feel into if this is in alignment with me and am I doing enough to really actualize my desires and my dreams to live out the life that you want to live. And in that moment, I wasn't, and I knew that I wasn't. And with that came the action of, okay, let's get serious about this. This is something that you say that you want. You want to do this. You want to write this note. You want to put it out there. You want to start being more consistent on YouTube and making videos. You have to make this a priority in your life and you have to create structure around it. And I sat that weekend and wrote out a 3-month plan of where I want to be and what I want to accomplish and how I'm going to do it. And it felt really, really good to do that. It feels really exciting to know that I'm actually giving myself a shot, because I've not done that really at any point in my life, not for real. I've kind of accidentally given myself a shot and kind of stumbled into some things, which I know was just divine intervention to get me on the right track. But I have not been intentional about really committing to the things that I want. And we are all capable of doing that. We all have these desires and these dreams and these things that we would love to have. You know, it's the thing that you just can't get out of your mind, that you daydream about, that you envision and imagine yourself there. And the reason you have this desire is because you already have it somewhere else. There's a higher version of you that already has this thing, and they are trying to get you on the path toward making this happen in your life. That is why the desire is there, and it's going to continue to be there until you actually put effort toward making this thing a reality in your life. And that is going to come with putting effort into it, and it is not necessarily going to be an easy road. And I think there's a misconception that on the journey toward living out your desires and creating your reality and creating your dream life, that everything is just going to be easy. And that is not the reality. It's not that it's going to be easy, but there will be ease to it. And those are two different things. You know, you're going to face challenges along any road that you're taking, on any journey that you're taking. There are things that you are going to have to face, because all of that is part of the lesson. There are things that you are supposed to learn, that we each are supposed to learn on our journeys here. So the trials and tribulations and the detours and the fears, all that stuff is going to come up, because those are things that need to be addressed for you to learn and acquire whatever lesson it is that you're supposed to get from it. So easy is just not the right word for it, but what it should be and what it should feel like is ease. And ease just means not having resistance. You know, when you're trying to do something that you really don't want to do, there's this feeling, you know. For me, it's like this contracted feeling that I feel in my body. My body is almost like repelling whatever the thing is that I'm trying to do, because it's not actually in alignment with me. And that's why I'm coming up against this tension, and it's feeling off. And then, you know, all these things are happening that's pretty much trying to tell me, no, don't go that way, don't go that way. And, you know, we keep trying to push. That is not ease. Ease does not present in that way. Things are going to fall away that allow space to come to you, that's going to make whatever it is that you were trying to actualize come with a bit more ease. So you may now have more time to do this thing, because you no longer have this commitment over here. Sometimes it's people in your life who may shift, and now you have more energy to focus on other directions. It could be so many different things that can happen, but the feeling that's going to go along with it is going to be a feeling of ease. It's not going to feel like resistance. It's going to feel like, okay, things are like, you know, things are falling into place. You know, it's work. This is hard work, and I'm doing the things, and I'm putting the time in. I'm doing what it is that I know I need to do. And even though I'm tired and it's, you know, feeling hard sometimes, and, you know, a lot of fear is coming up, there is this sense of ease around it. Lean into the ease and pay attention to the ease. That is going to be signs for you that you are following the path in alignment for you. Resistance is something that is telling you, that is trying to tell you that this is not the way to go. So part of this as well, part of betting on ourselves, is going to require listening and paying attention and awareness, and noticing when things are happening around you, and really taking time to reflect on what is this situation, or what is this thing trying to show me? What is this feeling in my body trying to tell me? It's so important to pay attention to your body. Our bodies talk to us. They send us signals through the different feelings and the different zings and the retraction and all these different sensations that are felt in the body, that is the body's way of communicating with you. And we have to pay attention to it, especially when we are on a journey toward really living out and making our dreams a reality. Because we're navigating in this space of the unknown, where we have to open ourselves up to really listen and pay attention to where we're being guided and really tap into our inner knowing and our intuition to lead the way, so that we know that we are working and walking in alignment toward the things that are for us. And the only way to do that is to really pay attention to where you are being led, and understand that it's probably not going to make sense to some people, and that is totally okay. It doesn't have to make sense to anyone else, as long as it makes sense to you. As long as you know that you are doing what is in direct alignment with where you feel called. Your calling and your purpose is yours only. Everyone's purpose is for them, and it is for them to discover, and it's for them to unfold. It does not have to be understood by everyone else. And it's easy to get tripped up in that, because that's an aspect of it. We want to be understood. I want to be understood. That's something that has been coming up for me, is this fear of being misunderstood and being disregarded and being unheard. Like, these are things that are starting to come up for me, and I'm really working through it, and really working through the aspect of knowing that I am going to be misunderstood by some people, that is just a reality and that is just a fact. But this is a burning desire in me, and this is something that I know I am meant to do, and I know that I'm meant to put out into the world, and so I have to follow it. Our desires are there for a reason. They're your calling. They're the things that you are supposed to do. It is what you are supposed to create and bring into this world. Your desires are leading you to live out your purpose. That's what all of this is. We all have a unique reason for being here that only we can unfold and only we can uncover, because we are the only ones who have gone through our unique life experiences. So we have very specific characteristics and likes and dislikes and things that excite us and all of that. We each have different components that are different, and they are different for a reason, because we are each unique, and we are each meant to bring forth in this existence something that is different, and to create something that is different. So know that it is okay to be misunderstood, because when you start walking in your purpose and really start walking in the direction toward where your desires are bringing you, your people are going to start to find you. That's the universe putting things into alignment and lining things up, because now you are walking in your higher vibration, and the people that are going to resonate with that vibration are just going to start finding you. And it's going to be in the most random, and I don't even like saying that, because I don't believe that anything is actually random, but for lack of better words, in the most random of ways, like, things just start aligning. So I hope you receive this message as confirmation to take a chance on yourself. Bet on yourself. Actually give yourself a chance. Prove to yourself that you can do these things, that you can create the life that you desire, that you can live out your dreams. You owe that to yourself, and you can accomplish it with the help of the universe helping you. You are never alone. You are divinely guided and protected, and you will be on this journey. That is one thing that I know for certain, that even when I'm not feeling like I'm close to God, God is still with me, and God has always been with me. Even before I started to recognize that there was even anything there, I was still being protected, as are all of us. So use this as your invitation to take a bet on yourself and actually give yourself a chance to see what the outcome could be if you actually commit to yourself and commit to your dreams and commit to your life and commit to your purpose. Amazing things will start to happen. Thank you guys. I'll see you next time.